might need a little bit extra catching up.
I think it might be difficult to catch other people up on stuff, so maybe we just say a little bit what we did during a little bit of downtime.
But just to check, was it only last session that you missed, or the one before too?
It may have been 2 sessions because I've been traveling.
Oh, right.
The last thing I think that happened was we just got back to Sandpoint with Drava.
The body?
The body, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she came back. So I think that's the last thing I was there for.
I think we had only 1 session after that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you must have seen the session inside the town hall hearing, or
yes,
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the last session was not. There was not a lot. It was basically just downtime. So each one took care of their own little affairs. Quillip just went around asking people until he dredged up some old memories and got a better path into the pit, which we are going to try out, or rather, which we have tried out successfully. And apart from that, he did some research and thinks he has manufactured another solution to bleeding. That's it for Quillip.
He's manufactured a solution to bleeding?
Yeah.
More like a powder, but it could be called a solution.
Okay. Well, that sounds like time well spent.
Yeah, couple of things, or a couple of storylines progressed. There was some research time spent on a couple of items. If you check the quest log, I have added. So I'm using the research system quite transparently. So I think you could run it where just the GM knows how many points you have and which sources and stuff, and it's just kind of like a mechanics for the GM to help the narrative side. But I think it might be more fun to gamify this and make that system public. So if you look at the quest logs for the various research entries, you should see which sources can be consulted, what kind of skill checks are needed, and how many research points are still left in each source. There is also the ongoing quest that Appstiller Xantus asked you to do, which is basically try to get people in town to forgive Nualia and to not necessarily whitewash her history, but just to help people understand her perspective a little more and let the past be past in a way. So Drava did a good or a couple of attempts to do so, going around town talking to people, and has started to make some progress there. So that's something that you are welcome to also continue, although I'm not sure how likely Ketra is to do that.
Not at all.
Yeah. There's also something that I forgot to mention last time. Sevro had been doing some significant progress researching Lira LaRue, with his contact within the Rune Watchers. What was her name again? Myra, I believe. And word has, of course, reached the Rune Watchers that you are exploring the pit. So what they have asked you to do is map out the dungeon as best as you can. So I've just added that to your list here. There's basically nothing you have to explicitly do. If any of you have the materials to do so, we can just assume that you're doing this as you go along. And I guess I can be open about that. The expectation is for you to map the regular areas. If you happen to find some secret areas, there might be a larger reward for doing so. But it's something that you're welcome to keep track of, and I know that you like to be completionists, so that should play nicely with your playstyle. All right, I think other than that, that's pretty much it.
We have collected the weapons that we gave for the rune carving, so
Yes, that's
Toren now
right.
at least has the hand wraps with a striking rune, and we gave Ketra the +1 bow.
Yes,
Oh,
so
she's a
Anthony,
okay.
yeah, you should have a +1 composite short bow
Yeah.
already on your shield. And that +1 striking wounding dog slicer that killed Drava is also there.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions before we jump in? Okay. So we're cold open this time. We're fade in and we see a farm on the Wisher's Trail, which snakes along the side of the Devil's Platter. It is well past midnight. There's a dog that just won't stop barking and then stops all of a sudden. The farmer's wife opens the shutters a crack. Frost on the yard in high summer. On the barn roof, where the moon should throw a clean line of thatch, there is a shape that just looks weirdly folded up in a strange way for a big bird. And it doesn't quite look like a bird. It looks more like a horse, but the size of two horses. Clearly, though, half cloaked in giant wings, and a head that is way too long, and a mouth that leaks pale smoke into the cold that it is making. It's not looking at the house. It's looking down the road toward the lights of Sandpoint, kind of like someone looking at a plate, trying to decide if they're hungry or not. Two prints smolder into the thatch, cloven, edged in embers that do not catch. And then the roof is empty. The cold lifts, and somewhere south, a cow is screaming and then falls silent. By morning, the print is a black scorch and a story. By the time it reaches the Sandpoint market, it'll be 3 roofs, and then a child taken, and then the devil itself has been seen drinking from the Rock, and none of that is true. Yet. But the first part is. And we fade to black and then hear just the whistling winds across the Devil's Platter. And we fade in and we see the group of adventurers at the edge of the yawning pit, peering down, looking at the rickety ladder that leads down to the first ledge that took you to the goblin's lair. What do we do?
And down, I guess.
Down where?
Down at Goblin Tower.
If you head on down to the ledge, you can continue along the wall of the pit up to the point where the entrance to the goblin lair waits, but there are also ladders leading further down. The next level is still above the fog that ominously pools about 40 feet below, and you have many options in front of you. What do you do?
I think maybe we can stop by what was the name of our crazy goblin friend?
I'll get to the other one. Sorry about that, I'm back. Sorry.
Was he staying there? I thought he was.
Well, just to see if he's still there, we can ask him if anything's changed. If not, then we can move on. There is one room that we can still check on that level. Someone got a glimpse of what's inside, but I don't remember.
I think Drava looked into the spider pit web.
Yeah, but I just opened and closed it right away because it looked like certain death. Not too eager to open it again, to be honest.
Okay, so it was full of spiders. Is that it? Or
Those spider webs, yeah. Spider
okay.
webs.
Well, up to you. I'd say maybe we can just check if the goblin is still there, and if not, we go deeper.
Okay. You step into the hall, the entry hall of the Whistlefang lair, where the walls were decorated with dozens of skulls harvested from all kinds of animals, and that's strange taxidermied spiders sitting in the alcoves, and that even stranger, menacing taxidermied horse with its glittering gemstone eyes and the wings, quote unquote, made of canvas. It's eerily quiet. There's a stench of death that kind of hovers everywhere. And there are no more campfires. They've long gone out. It's dark, and it seems like Tunch has packed up his stuff and left.
Suppose he didn't leave anything interesting behind.
Well, there's like an interesting looking bat scorpion rat spider that he left on his workbench, half finished. But other than that, nothing that seems useful.
Okay.
Do you want to keep exploring this level, or what? You're going to continue down the ladder?
If he's not there, then I think there's not much to explore. There's just the spiderweb room, which we don't want to go in, apparently. Right?
Spiders are trouble. And not
Let's
fun
go
to
down
watch.
I think what we're here for is not so much the loot, but now we realize that Minago was trying to bring or control the Devil of Sandpoint with much success. Whatever is happening below where that creature resides. And that creature, if we listen to what people have been saying, has been making its way out. I myself have heard it. It's not in this level. Further below the pit.
Very well.
Minago could not control it.
Okay, then let's keep going.
That is our job, no? Figure out what's happening with the...
So we're exploring completely new area now, right?
That is what I am hearing. So
In that case,
yeah.
I'm gonna prepare my tactics real quick.
Okay.
But you can proceed. I just gotta pick 3.
Yeah, let me just move you guys here to a new level. Okay, I'm gonna activate this one. Okay, so there from this ledge here, there's really only one way to continue deeper. which is the rickety ladder right in front of you, leading down. And the next ledge down is about 40 feet below the surface. You can see a rough staircase that's carved into the rock to the south, and that takes you a little further, deeper down into the fog. So it's kind of like getting swallowed by the fog. There's an opening in the eastern wall that leads to what looks like a wooden door. And then to the north, there is yet another ledge, but there's no easy way to it's not connected to the one you're standing on. But you can see that there's also an opening in the north wall. To the south, you see a series of smaller ledges. The first one of which is like 10 feet down. The second one is 20 feet down. And it basically creates a series of drops downward. But it also gets swallowed by the fog eventually.
This time around, Drava is not very excited about being in front, and she's happy staying a bit behind, holding the lantern high. You can tell she's a bit more fairy than before, a bit more like not spooked, but like her movements are a bit jittery. So I'll let someone else decide where to go this time.
Well,
I mean,
last time some doors led to the goblin den, so
we know there's others that the goblin. Oh God, what's his name? I wasn't there when we killed him.
Minargul? No.
Minargul. We know that there's others down below that Minargul was consorting with. We should probably make sure
Others,
that there's nothing at our
non-goblins.
back.
Yeah.
Yes, but we shouldn't leave anything at our backs before we go
Yeah.
down there. So
So the door is right there, right? When there's when there's
Yep, that's right.
So Quillip, do you want to go first?
Heal. Right? Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Moving it to another map. It's a little complicated how this layout works here. But hopefully, once it's loaded for you, there you go. Okay. You open the door, and hang on before I give you any. No, sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. So, you open the door, and you are somewhat surprised by what you find. It's, not an overcrowded goblin warren. Instead, it is a large L-shaped room lit by several sputtering lanterns hanging from hooks driven into rough stone walls. The flickering light lends a surreal element to a mural that decorates the entire eastern wall. So you're staring right across it from the other side of the room. The mural depicts a sweeping view of a coastline as seen from a rocky plateau. At the center of the plateau is a large pit from which the smoky form of what appears to be a winged burning horse with a dragon's tail is rising. Dozens of small handprints decorate the walls near the floor, surrounding the image of the pit with what must be dried blood. A large wooden double doors, each painted with images of the same winged creatures, stand to the north. And once you start moving into the room, you'll see there's another one to the south. And there's a smaller door to the north that bears no decoration at all. And the only furnishing in the otherwise empty room is a low wooden platform on the floor in the northern part of the chamber. It's entirely surrounded by a low railing and two wooden statues standing atop of it. One of the same strange monster, and the other of a man kneeling down before it in a position of worship.
We have the description of the monster one more time, please.
Of the statues?
Yeah, it's like a horse with a dragon's tail and wings.
Yes. We have a smoky form of what appears to be a winged burning horse with a dragon's tail. And the statue here on that little platform looks very much like the same figure on the walls, on the murals, and the door.
Does it
And
have
then there's...
hooves like a horse?
It does, yes.
Yes.
And then there is the other statue, which looks like a man kneeling down before the horse, winged horse devil thing in a position of worship.
Can we actually, do we actually even know that this is a representation of Sandpoint Devil? I mean, aside from what we've already saw from Minargul.
I mean, yeah, your characters might as well make that connection, sure.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I think like Sandpoint Devil is supposed to be like the famous folk legend or something.
Yeah, but
Right,
that's
but there's also like 1,000 different depictions of it, right? 1,000 different styles. So it matches the general idea, but maybe it's something that just happens to look a lot like it. Like that's something that you would have to roll a skill check for. But you're totally fine if your character makes that conclusion that this must be the Sandpoint Devil.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
Toren
my
has, like,
assumption.
Sandpoint lore. We can confirm it, I suppose.
I just want to be clear that this is explicitly just the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like exactly what the Jersey Devil is described to look like.
Yeah. Although isn't the dragon's tail, is that a little added feature?
I mean,
here?
it has like a reptilian tail.
Oh, it does. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I think like the Jersey Devil is supposed to be like bipedal, and this one is a horse.
It's described as being being horse-like, or sometimes it's kind of kangaroo-like, and it's got wings, and it's kind of skeletal, and it's got like a reptile tail. Yeah, it's pretty damn close. So it's cool though. It's cool because
Yeah, well, I mean,
I grew up where the
we're
Jersey
gonna
Devil
kill
was.
it anyway, so.
Yeah. Anyway, Ketra's looking around.
Quillip is going to take a sip from one of his vials and start looking around the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You start looking around the room. Kind of like you're fanning out is how I picture this. Like you carefully walk into the room. You see that it's mostly empty except for the wooden statues or the wooden platform with the statues on top. So you kind of like fan out and start investigating. And Drava, it is you who like your gaze is drawn towards these two statues. Maybe because they're the only real furnishings in this room, but you're like tilt your head a little bit and you're like there's just something wrong about the texture on that. You can stay in that square here. There's just something wrong about the texture of that statue there, and it's like did the grain of the wood just shift? It's really really weird. So you're the only one who actually notices as those statues start to um the wood almost looks like it's melting away, and it's replaced by flesh, as both of these statues reveal themselves to be mimics.
Ah,
So we can have
Yes, no.
1, 2. Let me get those in the encounter here, and you guys as well. And I had already rolled some perception checks for you upon entry. Oh, Sevro can come as well. Quillip, I will use yours. And Drava, I have one from earlier. And then I can roll for the remaining ones. And let's go. Okay, Drava. Yeah, so you see them starting to shape shift basically and to reveal their true nature. You might not have a name for them, but you've certainly heard tales of creatures that are able to mimic any given shape. So I would think you're immediately aware of this being a threat and a danger. What do you do?
Yeah, there's no creature that instantly pretends to be something else to lure it for a moment of affection. It's definitely something dangerous. And I will raise my lantern and to try to do a recall knowledge with my lamp and exploit vulnerability.
All right, let's see it.
Ooh, shiny.
I must have one of my implements. I have one of my implements. Why does it say EV inactive?
Hmm?
It says EV inactive. I don't know why. Like normally we just I think maybe because it's paused. I don't know.
Did you have to click use exploit vulnerability? Did you try that?
Yeah, and I have it targeted like always. I click exploit vulnerability, but it says you must have one of your implements held in order to exploit vulnerability.
Are you holding one of your implements? Looks like you're
I
not.
thought so.
Nope.
Maybe you're holding two of them?
No, it's the lantern implement that
There we
now
go,
you're
okay.
holding.
I don't know why it didn't.
It probably fell down when you died.
Yeah.
All right, let's exploit vulnerability. There it is. Okay, so that's a failure. Failing to recall a selling weakness about the creature, instead attempt to exploit a more personal vulnerability. You can exploit only the creature's personal antithesis. Okay, so that's not terrible.
I will draw the attention. No, wait. So I guess one move was to. No, but I was already holding my lap. So yeah, exploit vulnerability. Then I will. Look, I will try to intimidate it to demoralize it by staring at it, shining my light on its face. And I also fail. I'm still a bit rattled from my last encounter. So for my last action, I am going to disengage. Or am I not engaging, right? Can I move out of the way?
You should be able to move, yeah?
But the game is paused.
Oh, well, we're still. Sorry, I didn't see that.
All right.
Yes.
Step away. That is... Okay.
All right. Toren, you hear a commotion behind you, turn around and see these strange slithering creatures that were statues just moments ago.
Toren was already on edge, so his first reaction would be to immediately take up the combat stance, like stomp his foot on the ground, like assume the defensive position. Then he will unleash his inner power, and by which I mean will start channeling the elements. I mean, use channel the elements and effect. And I have only one action left, so instead of stepping up or trying to punch it, we will try just shooting them. So the closest one. Elemental blast, fire, ranged. Oh,
Ooh, and
let's shoot.
blasted indeed from close range. Let's see that damage. And it's a whole point of damage.
Well, at least it takes damage.
It does seem to be effective, yes. Sevro. Right. Is Sevro prepared? No, sorry. I should have made sure that that's the case. Rest for the night real quick. Okay. Sevro is going to do a recall knowledge. I think that makes sense. And we have... That's a regular success. No particular lore applies. Okay, so Sevro calls out and says, "Oh, mimics!" And he quickly imparts that they are somewhat intelligent creatures, and that you should watch out for their adhesive pseudopods. They can get very sticky. So keep your gears with you. Try to fight them from a distance. And then with his second action, he's going to target the mimic in front of him and going to do a slashing gust. It seems like a Sevro thing to do. He strikes it for 10 points of damage with a very cold blast of air. And then that's his turn, but I can't seem to get through the button. There we are. And it is Quillip's turn.
I think Quillip also wants to try to recall knowledge here.
All right. Yeah, regular success. I think that is the most... Well, I guess you know they are an aberration. You know of their pseudopod ability with the adhesive, just like Sevro said, so you would confirm. Yeah, I think that's it.
Don't we get to ask like one question in case of a...
Oh, yeah, I guess, yes, right. That's how we usually do it. Yep. Okay, ask me a question.
Any weaknesses?
None.
None, okay. So Quillip is going to step back. Second action. And finally, he is going to throw a vial. Let's see.
You strike it for 4 points of acid damage, plus the splash damage, or how did that?
So splash damage on the target only, since it's a success, so it could have the whole area, but Quillip is going to reduce it to avoid hitting Ketra.
All right, so yeah, the vial shatters, the acid spills over the mimic, and it is clearly hurt by that. Ketra.
Well, Ketra hears what Sevro is saying and realizes that everyone else is backed away, so she is just going to stride over here. Yeah, I suppose, why not go all the way to the corner? And then she's going to, I suppose, put away her swagger stick / banner, and then she'll use her third action to swap to the longbow, or the short bow, I should say. And that's her whole turn.
Isn't swap just a single action?
Yeah, but she's wielding two things, so I think she has
Gotcha.
she has to put away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can end your turn, and it is the mimic's turn. All right, the mimic flows from the pedestal, slithers down, and targets Toren. And indeed, it lashes out. It like reshapes itself. Its amorphous a body, growing a pseudopod that just lashes out at Toren once and twice, but he quickly, with ninja-like reflexes, dodges both of them. The other mimic flows down as well, targeting Drava with a pseudopod strike that actually critically hits, catching her completely on the wrong foot for 26 points of damage. Hang on. Because it hits the mimic. It's hit by the mimic. Okay. And then I will need you to make a reflex save here. You don't take damage. That was already the critical damage. Don't double that. So undo that and just take the damage.
How much damage? 26?
Yep. So you can just click the damage button. So you can.
I was just doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that looks right. So then the reflex save, please. As the pseudopod like sticks to your lantern, and you instead of letting go of your equipment, you become grabbed as you wrestle for control with the mimic. That was 2, and then the third action, because it can grow another pseudopod, it has no problem with that. And hits you once again because you are grabbed. That's another 20 points of damage.
Okay, it's good that now I do have character concepts as backup.
All right, and to your surprise, there is more movement. There's a little nook that the lid of that little platform starts to shift a little. It was apparently held down by the weight of those two mimics, and a snake-like creature slithers out. Let me show you what it looks like here. There it is. It's very much looks like a snake, but with heads on both ends.
Which one does it poop out of?
Maybe you will find out. You hope it's not the one that bites you. I gotta move it so that it actually... It's its turn. It had been delaying. So it slithers out with one action, and then it targets Toren and tries to bite you. But Toren, still nimble on his feet, avoids the fangs of the first strike. But the second... Oh, it has to be a different target. And the other head targets Quillip. Doesn't increase until after, okay? And it misses you too. But it definitely puts you at unease seeing this creature attacking so swiftly and nimbly. Alright. Drava, your turn.
So I'm literally stuck between the wall and a thing, and I don't think I can move anyway because it's got me held. But
You can try to use athletics to break free.
yeah, but it's got me. The moment I move away, it's just gonna kill me again. And my attacks are magic. I might not know its deepest secrets, but I can still do the personal antithesis, right?
Yes.
So my attacks do damage. So I will try to cut off the appendage that's trying to hold me, or at least slash at it.
Okay.
Okay, so did I pick it up from the ground?
I will point out that your athletics is pretty good.
Okay, yeah, then I think I definitely want to get away because this is how I always end up in trouble.
Okay.
So,
So you could use the escape action, trying to escape its sticky pseudopod. So that is rolling athletics.
Just keep your hero point to avoid death.
Oh, and you rolled.
okay, but I got a hero point, so reroll using a hero point. No. Okay, that's a sign that I have to. I know that was. I know I still have one action, right? Draw a sword, try to escape.
Good. Yes, you still have an action left. And the escape action does have the increase your map. So if you try to escape again, you take a -5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. Like, I can see it's got me fast, and I'm still not feeling deft enough. So I'll try to slash at it, and hopefully that will help.
Did that take the map here? It doesn't look like it did. So it's a 20 to hit, but that is still a hit. You can roll for damage. So you like awkwardly bring the short sword around and stab it. And what you do is, oh wait, this is the personal antithesis is the damage bonus. Yeah. So you strike it where it hurts. And then it's Toren's turn.
Okay, I wonder if I should try to get rid of this mimic or save Drava. I think we should try to save Drava. Does it let me go?
Yeah, it does not have a reactive strike.
Very well. Well, in that case, Toren will, at a brisk pace, like stomp around the platform and, well, almost at a running start, will try to punch the mimic with all his might, even though he might get stuck. Okay, where is my attacks? Falling Stone 1.
Ooh.
There we go.
Let's see the damage.
I'm clicking critical.
And you just smash the mimic for brutal amount of damage. You have.
No,
Do I
actually,
do both fortitude saves or just one of them?
it needs to roll fortitude save for critical specialization.
Okay, here we go. Succeeds.
Okay.
Does it have to do the stunning blow too?
Actually, I almost completely forgot that I actually had the flurry of blows. I should make flurry of blows here, of course.
So does it have to save against the stunning blows?
Not yet. I need to hit him another time. But I think before that I need to unstuck myself, or should I just punch with my other hand?
Right. So you did hit it. Well, yeah, you can hit with your other hand for now, but that is correct. You do need to make a reflex save. Let's do that first, just for simplicity. Okay, so your hand gets stuck, but you have another hand. But you are now grabbed.
And it's not just hands. You can make.
Yeah, I
Right.
can make a lot of strikes, but
Yeah.
let's just punch with another fist. And we miss. Okay, that was flurry of blows. And with that, let's make another strike with elemental blast. I have at the last attack penalty with one.
And you miss.
Okay, so now I'm stuck.
All right. Sevro is going to target the mimic and cast hydraulic push. but he misses. And the water blast just washes past the mimic. And with his final action, he'll get out of the room. Not running away, just backing up. Quillip.
Quillip is going to take one step away and target that same mimic as last time with one more vial. Miss it, but they should both take splash damage.
Okay.
For the mimic
splash
and the
damage.
snake. And he's going to try again.
It's really hard to apply damage
sorry.
when you're doing stuff at the same time. Because the cat thing keeps jumping around. Okay, I think I got it though. They both took 4 damage. Then you rolled another attack, which is also this one is a full-on hit. So that's 15 points of regular damage for the mimic, and then both of them take the splash damage too.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. The mimic is badly injured. The snake also clearly doesn't like the acid. Ketra.
Well, I put all this effort into taking out the bow. I might as well use it once. She's just gonna try to shoot at. Oh, it says I have no ammo. I'm assuming I would have picked up some arrows for the thing along the way.
I don't know why. Shouldn't be necessary.
Will
I'll
it
put
let me
some
make an
arrows.
attack even without ammunition?
I'll put some arrows on your sheet, so I think if I can, yeah, so I'm gonna put arrows in your,
Okay.
there you go.
All right. She'll target the mimic closest to her, and she will take a shot at it.
And it's a hit.
And that is a whole 3 points of damage. Is there no modifier from the +1?
Yeah, there should be, and the composite short bow should also do something, right?
So +1 doesn't give extra damage. It's the composite.
Oh, it's striking.
Composite.
It's striking. You're right.
Yeah. Composite should be
I have
half your strength.
Okay,
modifier.
well, I have a +1 strength, so that would be why it's not doing nothing. All right, so 3 whole points of damage. Ketra puts the bow away and never pulls it out again. And she is going to swap back to the rapier and also use her last action to pull out the banner. So that's her whole turn.
Okay. The mimic's turn. The mimic that gets got shot by an arrow slithers forward, targets Ketra, and then tries to lash out with a pseudopod, hitting her for 13 points of damage, and the sticky skin.
Of course it is.
The sticky skin requiring a reflex save.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you muscle yourself away, and it lashes out one last time, but misses by a mile. The other mimic, which is starting to collect adventurers like a fly trap, it doesn't really do anything with the people that are stuck to it. It's really just the benefit of giving you the grab condition here. So it'll try to take out Drava, targeting you with a pseudopod strike, hitting you for 8 points of damage. Oh, I shouldn't have targeted Ketra still. And 23 against Drava, is that a hit? Yes, it is. Okay. So Drava
I'm unconscious.
falls unconscious. I think everybody gasps as it feels like history might be repeating itself. And then the mimic changes targets here because Toren is, of course, the greater threat, hitting him once, twice, but missing both times. The two-headed snake. What is its reach? Wait, that's the mimic. What is the snake's reach? Not that great. So what it's gonna do, Quillip, it's gonna target you, and it spits venom from its mouth once, twice, 3 times, and just like kind of like covers the entire wall behind you in venom, but missing you entirely. Toren, your turn.
Well, I mean, Toren will bellow a throaty roar, and instead of trying to like disentangle himself from the mimic, he will like grasp his pseudopod even harder and will try to bury his other fist into its face. Like he will like with something yelling like "Not ever again!" and falling stone strike.
And another critical hit. And with this one, you just kind of keep punching the amorphous, oozy flesh of the mimic until it stops moving.
I suppose I need to still make an athletics check to rip myself off from it.
That's a good question. I think it actually says... yeah, you do. It dissolves a minute after the mimic dies, but you would still have to do it for now.
Well, and I will just do it again for my second action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's strong.
And yeah, that stuff is just goopy and sticky. All right, Sevro's turn. He's seeing the mimic go down, comes back into the room, moves into position here, 10, 15, 20. What's a good thing for him to do? I think he's going to target the mimic with a slashing gust. Critically hitting. And doing 20 points of damage. Like slicing through the amorphous flesh as if it was butter. And then it's Quillip's turn.
Let me see what Quillip is gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Quillip is going to, for one little moment, focus on the bar that he's wearing, sort of like a quilted armor, sort of. And he is going to get a rush of speed from that.
Hmm.
And that should allow him to get right next to Drava,
Mm-hmm.
unless the snake has something to say about that.
Sorry.
No, doesn't have any. I mean, you have enough speed to run around her, right?
Yeah.
Around the snake. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't have a reactive strike or anything.
Okay, so that was one action. With the 2 remaining, he will mix up an elixir of life and feed it to Drava. Yeah, elixir of life. Yep.
Yeah, you
And
dart across the room, trickling an elixir of life down Drava's throat, reigniting the spark of life within her. So, Drava, you can heal, not the mimic. And it's Ketra's turn.
Yeah, well, Ketra's not used to being on the opposite side of the room from all of her allies and not really having anything to tell them to do. So she's just going to she's just gonna set up strike this mimic.
Okay.
guess I actually have to make the attack roll, huh?
And you hit, so it is successful, making it off guard. Let's see the damage. 2 whole point damage as you poke it, but it is distracting enough that it opens it itself up to further attacks.
And really need to get a striking rune on here or something. And then she's going to. Does she have to do something with the adhesiveness?
Oh yes, thanks for reminding me. I keep forgetting. You do need to do a reflex save, as your rapier is at risk of getting stuck, and indeed it is stuck. So if you want to use an action to retrieve it, you can use an athletics check.
Yeah, sure, we'll try it.
So you yank on your rapier with all your might, and you rip it free.
Okay. So that's 2 actions. I guess the third action is just going to be to I suppose move. She'll stride over here just to kind of put herself between the mimic and Sevro.
Okay. And the mimic, brutalized by Ketra and the rest of you, it like slithers away against the wall in the far corner of the room. And then it's Drava's turn.
Okay. Drava will switch her attention to this most peculiar creature, snake with 2 heads and no end, this reverse Ouroboros. And it's going to try and see what her academic knowledge shows it about it, but nothing. Simon, just to clarify, I cannot cast any spells, right?
What do you mean?
Because I have the resentment patron, but
Yeah.
I tried doing all the stuff everyone said, but I apparently am not qualified yet to throw spells. Like it's just this.
I didn't look into that. Yeah, it's possible that you don't have. You have a cantrip, but it's possible that you don't have any first rank spells yet.
Yeah, but there was this cantrip that I still can't add. I think it's the Evil Eye from the Patreon, from the Resentment page, but I couldn't add it in any way.
You need to create, I think, the spellcasting feature in the charge sheet to drag it.
Yeah, but don't worry about it right now.
Okay, so I can do that, and yeah. So I am going to try and demoralize it. At least get it to not focus on me. Like trying to challenge all the pain and anguish of the people of Sandpoint.
And both of the snake's heads make eye contact with you, and give you a defiant hiss. But there's a tremor in that, as if they're indeed intimidated by you.
And I will.
And you're still prone, by the way, right? So you
Oh,
might
then I
want
will stand up.
to get up. Yep. And did you? Yeah. So exploiting vulnerability is an action. Okay. And you're also still technically grabbed. Like all the gunk and all of that sticky goo of the mimic is still weighing you down. So just so you're aware of that. That's your turn. You can end your round. End your turn. And then we have the snake. The snake is going to slither up onto the pedestal here, targeting Sevro and Ketra one after another, starting with Ketra.
I'll use the... Yeah, okay. I have the nimble dodge reaction, which I rarely use, but I was just realizing that I actually need to call it out before you even make the attack roll, which seems kind of silly, but I'm going to do that from now on.
That is true. That is kind of silly. All right. And it completely misses Ketra, but it does sink its fangs into Sevro, and you see its body convulse as it pumps venom into him. Sevro needs to save. Where's the venom? Here it is. Uh-oh. And it does not look good. He yelps out in pain as his arm gets just covered in oozy venom. That was the second one. And then the third attack is against Ketra again. And that's a miss. Toren.
Okay, let's try to liberate ourselves from the mimic, and I'm kind of really tempted to try and just lift the whole thing and hit the snake with it, but well, Drava is also stuck to it. So can you give me the prompt for athletics check again?
You are technically also grabbed. Yes, I can do that. There it is. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, that's not right. But it's the same DC. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, okay, good. So that's one action, and you know what? Maybe you guys are gonna be okay fighting the snake. I kind of want to finish the other mimic. That's 15.
And as you charge over, the mimic sees you coming, and it's like half of its body starts to reshape itself into a statue of some kind that is starting to take shape, like vaguely humanoid silhouette, and also a mouth appears on its mass, and in a pitiful voice, it screams out, "Please don't kill me! I'll make a statue of you!"
Well, that was creepy. I think Toren's supply of mercy had been extinguished.
So he does not hold back as he charges the creature and hits it for
1 hit point,
maybe he does hold back.
maybe.
And yeah, maybe it's the fact that it has already shaped itself into what looks like a rough draft version of your face, and you basically punch your own face as a creature takes 1 point of damage. Wait, was that it's an elemental blast. That's a range thing. Okay. Sevro stumbles away from the snake, badly injured and venom all over his arm. He like shakes it off, but he's clearly in pain. Seems to have a hard time carrying his own weight. So I guess the first thing we do is we're gonna go ahead and roll for the poison again. Let me just have to get better at using this thing. So he's at stage 1. Now let's do the fortitude save. Okay, he succeeds, which means that he leaves it behind, but he will still be enfeebled until it wears off. Sorry. Okay, from the corner of the room, he sees Toren battling with the other mimic. He sees the snake starting to fight Ketra. I think he's gonna send a slashing gust at the snake. And he strikes it for 7 points of damage. Quillip.
Quillip is going to target the snake and toss a few vials. So that should be splash damage. And then a second one. No damage at all. And a third one. Ooh.
Ooh. So this is already doubled here?
Yeah.
Okay. And the splash damage is just regular. Alright, yeah. Snake, clearly badly injured, gets showered in acid. Ketra. Somehow Quillip manages to avoid getting you doused in that stuff too.
Well, I suppose I will attempt another setup strike with the rapier, this time on the strange snake. Which won't land, but regardless, I will wave the red banner for Toren's attention and say, "Toren, don't hold back! Not on this one, at least," and give him the chance to strike the snake. Well, technically to strike whatever he wants, but...
Right.
Okay, so... It's, So I can strike right now as a reaction, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very well. And Toren will. Oh damn, it's the first time I've missed on this.
Well, that's me.
All right. If the setup strike had connected, that would have been a hit. All right. And Toren, as you turn away from the mimic to take your chance with the snake, it dissolves the half-shaped statue of you and sneakily comes slithering towards you to slam you in the back, but misses on the first try and the second one. Drava.
Drava, having been unconscious and coming back and seeing the fight happening, does not allow herself to be overcome with fear, and she drags herself along, staring at that snake, seeing all the damage that her friends have done, and she'll try to strike at it. And she feels emboldened. She feels...
Ooh, emboldened, clearly. And you stab you like nail her to the platform, and it rips itself free. A huge chunk of flesh ripped off its body, but it is still alive.
I will try one more time. But that's a miss. And I will disengage and move back, knowing when it's prudent.
Wait, you moved, you attacked twice. That's 3 actions.
So, right. Yeah, I moved and attacked twice. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
you can end your turn, and then it's the snake's turn, and it will strike out at. Well, Toren, did you hit it? No, you didn't. None of you did.
I did.
So, right. Yeah, and you
But
definitely.
I did change to the belt to the amulet. Is that still okay? I forgot that.
You did what? You did what?
I changed the when I died. I asked if I could change the amulet from the bell, the implement.
Oh yeah.
Bell to amulet.
Yeah, that is fine. Oh, but then it strikes you critically one more time.
With my amulet, wait. I can do amulet's abeyance. So the target of my explosive ability would damage me and an ally, and I'm holding my amulet implement.
Nice.
So I turn away. Yeah.
Nice. So we can put the effect on you here. And you can take the damage. I think it should apply. But I think the damage is so high it won't save you here. Wait, it might actually. So look at... Wait.
Does it not? Sorry.
It takes you
doesn't
down
like
to
it.
exactly 0.
Yeah.
Because you're level 5, so you get the resistance 7, but it's 22 points of damage, and you were at 15 hit points, so it takes you down to exactly 0.
Sometimes fate has a way of telling you things.
Correct. Are you at exactly 0? Are you dying at exactly 0?
I'm
Yes.
conscious, yes.
And I think you do go dying.
Yeah, and now you're going to be dying 3. Because it was a critical hit that brought you down and you were wounded from your previous unconsciousness.
Yeah, when not even the amulet can protect me, then that's a sign that the gods are not pleased.
But the snake is clearly clinging on to its last stamina. Toren, can you snuff it out?
Let's see. I mean, Toren will once again make a bellowing war cry, and will try using our flurry of blows at the snake. So if the first one will be enough to kill it, we'll switch to the mimic. So that's one first. Wait a second. No, I can't declare that because it will be adding together the damage from the flurry of blows if I target one creature. So the one goes to the snake, other goes to the mimic. So this is to the snake.
And you punch out the snake.
Yeah, and the second one goes to the mimic.
You hit it. And you smash whatever structure there is in its amorphous matter. And your hand might get stuck, but at least the mimic is no longer dangerous. Let's see the reflex save for you. All right, and you managed to tear your hand free.
Toren will ignite his hand on fire with elemental blast and boil the glue away, ripping it out.
Burning it all off. Okay, I think you still have 2 actions, right?
I believe so, and well, if
there are no more enemies, but Drava is on a timer, so if you don't have a way to heal her, we can just keep going.
Toren does not really have anything on him right now.
Okay, so Sevro's gonna pass his turn, and Quillip, can you save Drava?
He should be able to, so he is going to try next to her, and with the remaining 2 actions, mix an elixir and feed it to her.
And once again, it is Quillip's concoctions that save Drava's life and bring her back at wounded 2. Is that correct?
Sure.
Wounded 1 from before, wounded 2 from now, yeah?
Yep. Because it doesn't matter how far in dying you were, it's just because you were down, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. 72 XP for everyone.
How much XP? Sorry.
72.
So we are at
328.
Four. Oh. I have mine at 448.
Oh,
no,
I
we're
was
already
looking
at 376.
Okay, that's possible that Sevro's sheet wasn't current. I'll trust Quillip's. So you should all be at 448.
I'm at 448, yeah.
Quillip is going to continue feeding Drava the elixir into pulling out bandages and trying to sort her out.
I knew getting you those components was a good investment.
Ketra will immediately begin searching the area, trying to flush out any additional mimics that might be hiding in here, just stabbing at random floor tiles, the walls, anything.
Yeah,
that
like
looks just
banging against the sconces on the
Stab the-
wall.
stab the doors. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And you convince yourself that no, this must have been it. No more mimics hiding anywhere.
Yeah, Toren will try to lift up the the podium to see if something hides beneath it.
So after the 10 minutes of treatment provided by Quillip, Drava should get back those 4 hit points. And since some of his reagents must have regenerated by now, he's going to uncork one more little bottle. There you go.
You know, the taste has also improved, or maybe I've just developed a taste for it.
I guess that must be it. So what was inside this thing? Just a snake?
Hello, Simon.
What?
Do you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything under the platform there, from where the snake crawled out?
You inspect the little nook that it was in, but there's nothing in there except some shed skin and stuff like that. Must have been there for a while.
Very well. Is Sevro okay?
Yeah, Sevro. It takes Sevro a little bit, but eventually the venom wears off. It hasn't progressed far enough to be debilitating, so he's okay.
Oh, I didn't notice. And Quillip is going to go over, and if that's all right with everyone, spend 10 minutes patching up Sevro too.
Toren will not object.
Okay, you spend another 10 minutes and patch up Sevro's wounds as best as you can. And seems in ship shape afterwards.
So, if this is going to be a running theme in this area, what should we expect behind those doors?
I don't know, but this place is I mean, the goblin hideout was one thing, but look at this. It looks like
Worked stone.
who bothered to build this place? I mean, did someone come crawling down into the pit and start a whole construction project, or was this already here and the pit formed around it? I mean, what are we dealing with? Quillip?
I would imagine it's the same thing that was all over the Sandpoint. It's probably one more ruin of the ancient Thessalon, right?
Well, and Sevro has plenty to share about that and to talk about that, and he'll explain to you that it was an outpost erected by sorry, now I don't have my notes. The real Sevro would be able to tell you about it. by Rune Lord Kazook. It was an outpost and a spy fortress, essentially, that Karzuk used to spy on Alasnist, his, perennial rival. So you very well, or as several will not cease to point out, the signs of Thessalonian architecture everywhere. But certainly not that, he says and gestures at the murals.
I feel like everything just leads us to more and more questions. For example, these creatures, of all the things they could have pretended to be, why the Sandpoint though? How did they know?
Interesting point. If these creatures seem to have some semblance of speech, maybe someone told them to turn into these things.
Do they seem like the kind of creature that would just listen to suggestions or be controlled?
Well, both Sevro and Quillip will, because you succeeded at your recall knowledge checks, you can point out that mimics have an almost supernatural ability to just blend in with their environment. So they know how to read a room basically and pick a camouflage that really helps them blend in. So there may not even have been like a conscious choice that they made. It's just that they try to hide in plain sight and they turn into a shape that makes sense for the area that they're in.
Can
Sandpoint,
they
though, is
normally
super specific?
Yeah.
can they normally talk?
Yes. Pretty horrifying, but yes.
Right. Well.
So,
Okay.
Drava, do you think you're in a good enough shape to move on? Forward, I mean, not from this place.
Yes to both.
Very well.
I don't think we have much of a choice. We do have a task at hand.
I'll take an administrative decision and open this door.
Okay, you open the door, and find. Hang on, this is which one is this? Yeah, this is the large set of double doors here with the images of this winged creature that you consider to be the Sandpoint Devil. And you open it up, kind of like opening the wings to the side, and you reveal a corridor that stretches out in front of you for another 20 feet or so.
I see. Well, let's not rush into things and see what's behind the smaller one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the smaller, unadorned door is not locked, and you open it up to find a comparatively small chamber that is dark. It's the light of Drava's lantern that illuminates it. No additional light sources in there. But you can tell that it's some sort of research room. There's a bookshelf sitting in the northeast, a small desk, a wooden chair, a round table in a corner with dozens of scrolls and maps heaped upon it. Everything looks kind of rickety, as if it has been cobbled together by inexperienced hands, and an unlit lantern sits on the round table. And there's another one on the bookshelf. And there's a couple of doors.
Yeah. Well, Toren will move in and if nothing happens to him, he will tell like the gentlemen scholars, like, you should take a look at this.
Yeah, you won't have to tell Sevro twice. And nothing jumps out at you as you start exploring the room. Do we take like 10 minutes or so?
I see no harm in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could maybe Sevro provide us with some light here?
I'm sure he can. Yes, there's the light spell. And we'll put some light on. Who wants to have the light?
I already have one, so I'll let someone else.
I'll just put it on himself. Okay, so you spend about 10 minutes looking through the papers and scrolls and realize that the room is not just a research room, but as you inspect the furniture, you notice that it's actually been repurposed from various torture devices that were dismantled and rebuilt for a less grisly purpose. But as you look through the scrolls and all the materials, you realize that the room is still used for cruelty, because you find notes and tallies of what reads like sacrifices that the devil's disciples have recorded here.
Do they
They're
look
also
recent or do they look old?
They're recent. They're very recent. You also find among the notes detailed maps and documents that track how the cultists have snatched lone wanderers from the Lost Coast Road 5 times over the past several months. And you find methods by which they sacrifice these poor souls in what they call the temple. And then when they're done with it, they apparently just hurl their remains over the ledge deeper into the pit's depths. And from the description, you assume that's like in the central shaft, that they just kind of like step outside and they hurl them over the edge and down into the depths of the pit. So that's what like 10 minutes of research can get you. There's probably more here, but it would help. It would take hours to like put it all together and synthesize and compile everything.
Is this like an area where we will be able to come back to perform research, or is this something that we can pack what we can and goes to the elsewhere?
It's not like a research system sort of thing. It's just that it will take a couple of hours to go through all the material here.
I think we'll have to come back some other time. Make sure that we're not the only ones here, or that nothing else here can develop an appetite for us. This place is used, and people will be coming and going. The handprints outside, the small handprints you mentioned, were they like small as in goblin hands, halfling hand, children's hands?
Yeah, you're pretty sure they were goblin hands.
Mm-hmm. So we can expect goblins trapezing through here at some point.
Well,
I would
not
want to be
quite.
caught, really.
I mean, remember the story of the Whistlefangs? That this used to be their lair, and then they were displaced
Driven
by the
out.
cultists.
Okay,
Yeah.
so well, if it's not goblins, it's going to be cultists.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's certainly
don't know which
possible
one I
that
prefer.
yeah, it's possible that there are still goblins around, but last you heard, they were all displaced.
Quillip would point out that Drava, you're still quite injured, and if we took the time to check this place, that would let you rest a little bit more, and I can take care of your wounds.
I don't want to be a burden. We have much to explore here. If things get dicey, I'll just try to stay away from trouble. We don't have time for this kind of administrations. It's just...
You know what?
Ketra kind of stops.
Yeah, maybe Quillip is right, and we shouldn't take your word for it. So, Drava, sit down and accept your ministrations.
I was gonna say Ketra stops and turns and looks at Drava, and she's like, "You do realize that if you go and get yourself injured or killed again, you're just putting the rest of us more at risk."
I don't think I'm going to let this keep happening. Just getting used to being back.
Ketra goes back to poking the tables with her rapier.
Grumpily allow time to pass and get healed.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think 30 minutes passed since Quillip handled Drava's wounds, so he still needs 30 more minutes before he can try again to do treat wounds, and that's what can remove the wounded condition.
But you
You,
already did. You did successfully restore hit points using treat wounds, right?
I think let me just double check, but I had in mind something like you have to go up to full before.
No, there's two
Oh, you just need to
methods.
treat wounds.
Yeah, you just need to treat wounds, or if you are restored to full hit points by any means and rest for 10 minutes.
Oh,
But if you do
Okay,
treat wounds, it
so-
just goes away. So
okay.
So I
it
can
should
remove
be-
the wounded.
Wounded. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
because I
that was the
think,
big thing.
Yes, Soma
Okay, never
did
mind.
this all the time back then. Okay.
Never mind then. Let's keep going.
Okay. See, I told you I was fine. Nobody breathes.
Why you were making such a big deal out of your wounds? You're like limping and stuff.
So, which one?
Yeah, do that one.
Due north.
Okay. Oh, damn, it's not
Short.
a corridor. No.
Yeah.
Wait. Ketra's gonna poke her head in and look around.
Are there any mimics around?
No, it's a pretty featureless short corridor that ends at another unadorned door.
I seek.
Hold on. If it looks like Ketra is going to be inspecting the place, Quillip is going to hand her a little vial. You can pull the effect on your character.
What's this?
It's like carrots. It can make you see well.
You know that's just a myth, right? She says that she drinks.
Well, I do put carrots in.
Yeah, I guess she'll try to seek down this hallway. If that's okay.
Yep, total. Yep. Can you roll a search? There it is.
I don't know if that factors in the elixir I just drank, but
It does. It does. No, it looks safe enough. No hidden tripwires, no mechanisms you can spot. No
She
weird
shrugged.
runes.
Right.
Okay, so before we go, I suppose let's see if there is no corridor it behind the other door, and then we'll pick one.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
And that room looks smaller than the one you're in right now, even, and it's kind of weird looking. There are 4 pits sitting in the floor of the chamber, 2 to the north and 2 to the south. There's a thick coil of knotted rope that hangs from a hook on the western wall, and a bucket of what looks like sand sits near the southwest pit alongside a stack of chamber pots. The entire room stinks of waste. It makes your eyes water. That's how intense it is.
I'm gonna assume it's a toilet.
Assume nothing.
Very well. You can inspect it at your own risk. As a servant of Aurora, I'm trying to trust my gut.
And you wish that Quillip had never given you that elixir, as you make out exactly what is inside one of the pits. It has been used as a latrine, the one in the southwest. And the bucket of sand is in fact a quicklime that they probably use occasionally to sprinkle into the pit, trying to keep the stink under control. The other pits, however, are empty, and they're deep enough that if you were to fall in there, you would have a really hard time getting out of them. It's like smooth walls, 10 foot deep, and I guess you do with your elixir and everything. You do spot a few bits and pieces of like torn torn clothing or bits of leather that may have fallen off a shoe, length of rope that somebody may have used to like tie their trousers, like that sort of thing. So you're piecing together that that's probably where the cult keeps or kept their sacrificial victims for a while.
But there's no sign of anyone in the pits?
No. Currently unoccupied.
And she'll step out and she'll say, "It's a toilet."
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You open the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a big one. It's a big chamber. It is the roof is supported by 6 large stone pillars. The ceiling is 10 foot high, and there's easily a dozen, maybe more, doors lining the walls. There are lanterns all over the place, hanging from hooks on the pillars. At the center of the room, there is a kind of cooking station. Um, sorry, I gotta move this guy a little bit around here. There are some large cauldrons balanced atop beds of small stones and burned wood. There's a bunch of rickety-looking chairs scattered about the place, and a dozen or so bedrolls stacked in the room's northwest corner. You see a bunch of humanoids toiling around the room. Most of them are, as you open the door, you catch them just kind of like talking quietly, cooking a stew of some kind, um, and just passing their time. One of them is in the far corners, asleep, it looks like. But as you open the door, since you didn't particularly say if you were keeping it quiet, I would assume you're just
We are not.
going right in there. Yeah. So you open the door, creaks open, and all of them, like as one almost, like turn towards you and make eye contact. And it pretty quickly becomes apparent that that you're an intruder, as I guess one of them who spots you yells out, "Intruder! To arms!" And let's roll for initiative when we get a chance here. Hang on. Let me get set up. So all of these guys, all of these guys, sleeping guy as well. And I guess this is a pretty straightforward. Everybody is aware of everyone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll a bunch of dice. There we are. Give me another moment here while I figure out. Okay. Okay, yeah. So one of them that made eye contact with Toren yells out, "Intruder! Don't let them escape!" And we'll start the encounter. Ketra. You're the first one to act.
Intruder, don't let them escape. I mean, I guess we're here to find these guys. So, she is going to. She's not prepared to bum rush them, but I actually think she's gonna delay.
Okay.
Well, Not I hit end turn, but I should have hit the.
Yeah, let me go and do that. Here we are. Sevro. I think Sevro has to delay as well. It's not going to storm into the room. Ketra, you continue to delay. Quillip.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of people. Wow. Boy, oh boy. We've done this before and it was bad. Quillip really doesn't know what to do here. He's going to delay, I guess.
Okay. All right, then it's the first one of the disciples, and he yells out and he says, "Grab your weapons, wake up that lazy bum, and get to it!" And he moves over where a machete is leaning against one of the pillars. Moves over here, picks it up, and that was 2 actions. With the third action, he wouldn't be able to attack. So I think he's just gonna... Let me see if he has anything interesting. Actually, yes, he does. So he's just gonna wave it around menacingly, like slicing it through the air, glaring at Toren, trying to intimidate you, but of course, completely failing at that. You were prepared for much worse. Anybody want to... Just let me know whenever you want to come out of your delays.
Yeah, Quillip did that.
Oh, I see. You can push the button. Nice. All right, Quillip.
Well, Quillip is going to try to see if the one guy that he can see looks like a threat.
The one who's sleeping?
Oh, the one he sees
sleeping?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I just noticed disease. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess the one who's sleeping and he did hear a voice. Can he get a sort of ballpark idea of, are these guys like rabble or a threat?
I mean, without seeing them, that's really hard to tell. It certainly had like the sharp edge of someone who is used to barking orders, so you would expect them to be capable fighters. This is probably not just a bunch of farmers. At least that sounds, authoritative.
Cultists.
But
We have cultists.
That's all you can tell here, just
Okay,
based on somebody sleeping and.
Okay, well, he is going to continue by mixing and drinking 1 mutagen.
Mm-hmm.
Here. That is done, and he has 1 remaining action. He is going to use it preemptively on. Oh no, he can't. He only has 1 action left. I guess he's just gonna. Oh, he can't even get close there. Oops. I guess he'll just end his turn here.
Okay. You hear another voice. You don't see the person speaking, but somebody's yelling out, "All right, you come with me and cut off their escape." And you hear large doors opening. And then it is another one's turn. And then I think Sevro will come out of his delay after that one. Who's that? That's the last one. Okay. So that's 1. Two actions. Yeah, I think that's it. And then Sevro looks at you, Quillip, and says, "I think they're coming around." And is going to... What's he going to do, though? Knowing that... I think he's going... Oh, you can't ready a spell, I guess. So He's gonna,
Only if it's
he's
single
gonna-
action.
he's gonna cast haste.
Okay.
Cause that on a single creature. I think Toren is a good target for this. For strike and stride actions. Right? Seems like a good target.
I can find a way to use that, yes.
Okay, Toren, you are hasted, and then Sevro moves into the corner to stay away from the door. And then it's Toren's turn.
Okay, so first thing first, he will take a mountain stance, and well, let's try to do something about this. So Toren will step in. Here's this guy. We'll step right to this guy and try to punch him. And
Alright.
as Toren punches him, he will declare that, "Gentlemen, I promise to spare anyone who explains himself." And after that, it would be the full flurry of blows right at this guy. So it would be flurry of blows like this: Falling Stone 1, the Falling Stone 2.
That's
And this time he has to make the fortitude save, and the damage now gonna be combined.
okay.
That's damage 1 and damage 2.
But it's only one save?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So we'll take 18 points of damage here and a fortitude save, which it succeeds at. But you almost knock him out cold, and he like stumbles back, machete in hand, and says, "We don't have to explain anything. We'll all be sacrificed to the smoke-mouthed father."
Alright. Well, if you insist. However, I think I will... Toren instead will try to do the monk thing and run away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yes, we've played this one before. I'm not gonna be surrounded here. It would be way better to just sit in the corridor when he can like plug this thing with his face.
Okay.
Let's let them come to us for a change.
Because this guy, well, didn't hit him back, so he can just go right back.
Okay. Ketra's turn.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Ketra jumps back in for sure, but all of a sudden I'm not I'm not so certain after Toren retreats. Actually, sorry, can I continue delaying? I did that when I did that before I knew exactly how Toren was gonna.
Yeah, I mean, you can
finish.
just delay again. It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
she's just letting this one play out
Okay.
for the moment.
All right, another one of the disciples here grabs his weapon, moves over to the guy in the corner, kicks him awake. What? Who's up? No, he would still be prone. But no, he's no longer unconscious. So that was 3 actions: grabbing the weapon, moving over, kicking his compatriot, and then it's Drava's turn.
I will say basically what I said already. Like, let's let them come to us for once. And take a 5-foot step back. But no, before I move, is saying like, hey, let's let them come to us. Count as an action?
No.
No. Okay. So I say that I will explode vulnerability of this one that I can see right in front of me. Why is it telling me I don't have my lamp with me? Oh, because I died again. Sorry.
Yeah, you drop all your stuff when you go unconscious.
We can assume like I was once I'm not unconscious, I pick up my stuff and carry it.
For sure, yeah.
Keep it there. So now I can explode vulnerability. Oh wow.
You become off guard until the beginning of the next
Yeah.
turn. Oh wow. Okay.
And yeah, my head is still a bit spitting, loss of blood and trauma. affecting me, so I step back.
And that's a turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, like I said, let's wait for them to
Okay.
come to us.
The one in the corner is like, oh, what's going on? He's like, intruders, go get him! And he gets up, grabs his weapon, and moves a couple of steps forward. And then it is this one's turn. Grabs his weapon. 1, 2, 3, 2. Makes his way over here towards Toren. And tries to hit you with his machete, but misses. All right, there's another one here in the back.
Now I will jump in now.
Okay. And
After that guy.
Yep.
Um.
Okay, then it's your turn.
Yeah. Just make sure you didn't. Just I don't know if me jumping in and if it should have just caused that guy to get skipped, but
No, I think
the guy with 8 initiative. But
no, he's good. He's good.
okay. Then Ketra will. She's been waiting for this, so she's gonna be like, Toren now, and give him a strike hard command.
Nice.
Nice.
With strong exhale, he will strike hard.
Oh, indeed.
I love Toren and his critical hits.
This happens every time.
It does. It just happens.
All right, there's a damage here, and this. Where does this critical specialization fails? So he's slowed one. Stunning blow does not apply, right?
No, it's just a strike.
Okay, but it's just like straight into the stomach, completely knocks the wind out of this guy, almost doubles over and falls down, but manages to keep himself on his feet.
In a more comedic fashion, it might look like he runs into the corridors with a sword and then immediately flies back away.
Ketra's third action?
Yeah, she is going to stride, and she's going to say, "Hold the line, Toren. They're going to come from both sides, but we'll show them why it's foolish to divide." And she's going to step over here. If I can remember how to make my token, whatever, it doesn't matter. She's like, Drava, I'm going to need you on this door. And that's her turn.
Okay.
What do you mean by this door?
All right. Who's this one? That's this one. Okay. He is going to. So he was already flurry of blowed by Toren, and he just stumbled back, almost dropped his machete, and then he regains his senses here, takes a step forward, but not before taking his machete, like rolling out his tongue in a grotesque way, just kind of like bah, and then drawing his machete across the width of his tongue, drawing blood as he does so, and then he walks forward. It looks almost as if he's like swishing the blood around in his mouth, and then as he makes steps up to the corner there, he just exhales a 15-foot cone of burning smoke. Toren, you need to do a reflex save here. Which you succeed at, but that means you still take this amount of fire damage.
It's against fire. Why am I not resistant to fire?
And then he said, "Feel the breath of the foul mouth of the fire mouth father." Quillip.
It's already halved, right?
No, this is already it. There's no halving. You just take 1d8, so it's not a basic save. Weirdly.
Okay. Well, Quillip sees that Toren is flinching from the flames, oddly enough. Quillip is going to dig around in his pouches. Can he make something here? Yes. So Quillip is going to walk up to Toren, mix up an elixir, and feed it to him. That's all 3 actions. Let's see.
Yes.
And you can pull that on yourself and set it to fire.
Okay. Toren is sufficiently miffed to accept the performance enhancing drugs right now.
It's my turn. Okay, give me a moment here. Hang on. Okay. One action and then third action. You hear movement beyond the door to the south, and okay, and then okay. Right, so with ready, you can only ready a single action. So, okay, so what we do here is... No, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. All right, Sevro's turn. He, what can he do to make sure everybody's in motion? Okay. And he walks over into this corner, and he rolls up his sleeves, revealing those strange rune scars on his arm, and he there's already like magical energy starting to collect around his hands as he looks at Ketra, and he says, "As soon as that door opens, I'll throw a fireball through it." And then it is Toren's turn.
Okay, so in response to this rude gesture from this gentleman, Toren will bulge his eyes out, clench his teeth, and say, and he'll ignite himself on fire. By which I mean will channel elements. After which we'll just punch the first guy in the face without flurry of blows, just normally.
Oof. All right, and you punch him straight out.
Yep. And then take a step in and target the guy who spitfired me, and we'll do the same. Oh damn. Oh well. So okay, that was one action to ignite, one action to punch, one action to move, and another action from the haste to strike. I believe that's it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so then this one here moves over into this position, actually all the way up here, also like slices his tongue and spits forth that cone of smoky fire, which means both Toren and Quillip, you are affected by this, so please give me a reflex save, both of you. Nice, Toren, you are unaffected. And Quillip, you only take 4 points of fire damage. And the cultist takes 1 point of damage for slashing his tongue. Drava, your turn.
So what did Ketra mean by watch the door? What? exactly?
The door! This door! They said they're gonna surround us! There's only one way
Oh.
for them to do that!
Then I will watch this door and yeah, be ready to stab anything that comes through it, I suppose. No, I'm gonna open it to see if there's something coming on the other side. Oh!
Yep. And there they are. They were all getting ready to storm the room.
I guess this is the moment for Sevro.
Yeah, but he can't. He didn't ready because it's just a single action
Oh,
for readying a
Can
destiny.
we close the door and barricade it?
You can close it. That was 3 actions.
Yeah. I close
Yep, they're out there.
Oh, that's...
All right, this one here moves over into the gap, into the fold, and swings his machete at Toren.
Oh, damn.
Ooh, cutting you badly for 19 points. And then another strike as it hits you for another 5. Who is this guy?
He just
All right, that's this one. Yeah, and he says, "Well, you hear again the surprised mumbling behind the door as Drava slams it shut again, and then this guy opens it up, and Drava, standing in the doorway, becomes the first target of his machete, striking you for 8 points of damage." And then there's like it's just awkwardly like trying to stab it through the opening, but this one's easy to dodge. Ketra, your turn.
Ketra's gonna be like, Toren, whatever's going on in there, finish it quickly! Ordering him to
Take damage from the first hit.
What's that?
Do I take damage from the first attack?
Yeah, the 8 points.
Yeah.
Was that an order to hit hard, or
It was indeed.
very well? In that case, I have just transferred the effect of being critically hit on Toren, so his dwarven blood will burn with vengeance, and he will try to punch the sleepy guy out again. Oh damn! It's like a roller coaster here.
Well, damn. Okay. Ketra is going to use her third action to close the door.
All right. This time the door opens up again, and the cultist on the other side tries to block it, so that if you try to close it again, you would have to wrestle for it. But that means that he can't really attack you right now. So, but this one over here on the other side, Toren, he's gonna try to swing his machete at you, swinging once, for 6 points of damage, and the second and third both miss. And then it's Quillip's turn.
okay. So Quillip is going to go just on a limb here, and he's going to toss a vial, but make it deal cold damage. Oh, sorry, I cheated that. I don't know why I did that. Oops, sorry. There you go. Yeah, so he's going to try to track them with cold damage, see if that does anything. So that should be the splash damage to the guy targeted.
That's this guy up here. Sorry, I'm always
The guy
confused.
north of Toren.
Oh, that's your color. Okay, so takes the damage and the splash.
No, just the splash. Sorry.
Just the
That's what-
splash.
Doesn't look particularly effective.
Doesn't look particularly effective.
Okay, in that case, for his next attack, he's going to make it fire damage, but he is not going to reduce the splash area.
Ugh.
So that same person should take the splash damage only.
Okay. Got it.
And it does seem like they do take fire damage, right?
They do.
Good.
And
Very
well,
good.
he's gonna
Master
go-
Quillip, do not approach, please.
yeah, he is going to wildly.
All right. That's down here. Yes. So, cutting himself for 1 point of damage, and then spewing into the room, covering both Drava and Ketra. You, both of you will need to do a reflex save. Man, Ada, you roll like shit.
I think Drava is cursed.
There might be some truth to
I
that.
think like there might be of otherworldly forces trying to tell us something.
It's just, yeah. So Ketra takes cover behind Drava, and Drava takes 14 points of smoky fire damage, and it is so much smoke it leaves you sickened. That was this guy. Now this guy here is going to target Drava and swing his machete. Can't help. 6 points of damage as it cuts you, missing with the follow-up swipes though. And then this is the moment that Sevro has been waiting for. He tosses a fireball into the room beyond, making sure he targets the square far away enough. And actually, it's not that easy to get all of them if he does that. Oh yeah, but he can do it like this. Okay, so he puts it here, and now everybody can roll their reflex save. Oh, that's looking good. Look at that.
Ooh,
Boom, 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 boom. And Sevro, sends another one-liner their way, like, "You like fire so much, then eat this!" And kaboom. Blows them up in a devastating explosion here that almost blows them to bits, but they're all still standing. Toren.
And meanwhile, from the other side of the combat, the party just hears another boom because Toren will start charging power, and with like a deep roar, he will use energy emanation on all three of those gentlemen. So all adjacent creatures must take the same DC reflex save against Toren being exploded. There we go.
2 crit fails and a regular
Wow.
fail.
And the damage is 3d6. Well, okay, it's not very good.
Well, but it gets doubled for this one. Gets doubled for this one, and then regular for this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was 2 actions. Then Toren will still focus on the guy who critted him, so he gets flurry of blows. There we go. And
You
that's
really are full of vengeance here.
damage 1 and a critical. So yeah, that's quite a lot.
Wait, damage 1 and a critical? Oh,
Yeah.
those were 2 attacks. Got it.
Yeah. And well, the third one.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a third one for this one. Okay, yeah, you
for
knock
that
them out.
one. Yeah, I still have one from the haste, so it's the falling stone with maximum penalty. Let's see what we get, and that's nice. Okay, I think we're done here.
Oh, right. Okay, the one in front of you, Karnas. You see him like hesitate as he just gets blasted by your elemental energy, and then the other one that's still left there, also badly bloodied and burned. He yells out at him and says, "Don't even think about it. You can either die here for the glory of the smoke-mouthed father, or you can have Master Mund cut you down." And then the other one realizes his predicament and decides to go out in a blaze of glory. Here we go,
Okay,
smashing 5 whole points of damage, and then 2 miserable attempts at a machete strike. Drava.
Can I close and barricade the door?
Well, one of the disciples, on the other hand, is like holding the door in his hand, so you would have to wrestle him for it, but you could try to close it and then find something to barricade.
Yeah. So I would try to do that. What
Alright,
do I
so-
roll for it?
You can do an athletics roll against the other one's fortitude DC. So yeah, roll it in athletics. Nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
finally.
so you wrestle the door out of the like maybe surprised hands of the other guy. You slam it
Yeah,
shut.
like it's poke at its fingers and like bite one of the fingers or something.
Yeah, you have 2 actions left, so you could spend an action. Well, I guess you could spend an action getting something.
It doesn't have to be like forever, but just enough to buy us time to focus on one side and then deal with the other and not have a split. So basically just create resistance and temporary diversion. Like this desk here, if I can push it, or
Well, it's just the action economy doesn't work in your favor because you can move to the desk and then
can you
I guess, yeah, and then your third action can be to move it over. Yes, sure, you can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So second action, move over to the guest desk. Third action, move it over, and
Push.
yeah, it's not gonna last long, but it'll definitely make it harder to open that door.
Yeah, as long as it buys us a little bit of time.
Yeah, and of course you now like there's the rattling on the door. You hear their muffled voices like they're barricaded the door. Get around!
Go back the other way.
Go. And Ketra, your turn.
Ketra can't even see what Toren's doing. I mean, she can barely like see he's there. She just
Toren's
hears
having
him
the time of
fighting,
his
and she's
life.
like, "Keep." She's just like, "Toren, just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing."
Right.
Quillip is going to interject. Keep one alive.
Okay. So in that case, Toren will keep the guy who gives the orders. He'll punch him, but will try to knock him out.
Wow.
It's either one or the other, I guess. Like,
Let's see the damage. There it is. Boom, goes out.
Goes out non-lethally, right?
yes.
Oh, okay. Ketra.
And God, I've got a third action. The door's shut now. Is there anything I can do with an action to like further barricade it? I don't know if that even makes sense.
I don't know. What would you do?
I mean, there's another
Okay.
piece of furniture. Well, I don't know if I can just like brace the door or if like I could shove something else in front of it. Like I know I'd have to go over and then use another action on my next turn. But if
I mean,
if
you could
adding
just-
more debris would work, then I would do that.
I mean, you could just like lean yourself against it, right? Just kind of like push it against there for now. 'cause
Yeah, I guess that's fine because I can
with
see
one
Drava's
action.
pretty badly hurt. So,
Yeah.
so Ketra will kind of look at Drava and she'll lean her shoulder into the door or the table there. She'll be like, "I'll hold here." And that'll be your turn.
Okay. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Toren, you see one of them come charging into the room. And then that's his actions. The other one here, who is unconscious at this point. So Quillip, your turn.
I think Quillip is going to move right behind Drava and feed her an elixir.
No, you still had the Devil's Disciple targeted there.
Oh, right.
And Alu, this is for you, the healing, so you can add that to Drava. And then okay, Toren, you see more of them spill into the room. As
Do
the
we
door-
hear do we hear them like going away from
No, there's
Drava's
too much
wall?
going on, and there's thick walls and
Okay.
everything. But you do hear somebody banging against the door, throwing their whole body against it clearly.
Okay.
And then it is Sevro's turn. Sevro, what do you have left here? Okay, some interesting stuff. We'll go over here. He's gonna go over here. He's gonna target this one. And then he's going to cast a Laughing Fit. We'll see what's your roll. That's a failure. So he's slowed 1. Then it's Toren's turn. As the one in front of you starts laughing uncontrollably.
Very well. Okay, in that case, we'll. Okay, let's count the actions that we have. We'll step in between them and use a flurry of blows to target both of these guys. So it will not be a stunning blow. It will be just a strike first for the laughing one. Okay, for the laughing one. Come on, falling stone strike 1. That's a hit.
And you take him out.
Okay, and the second one is also falling stone strike. It's a miss. Okay. And I guess we will. Well, Toren wanted to do another move like this and target the second one with his last strike.
Okay.
Although it's of course at maximum penalty, but well, let's see. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. That's a lucky hit.
Not
Um,
damage, but let's hope. Oh, damn it. Well, of course, I didn't put myself in a very good position here. That was all my actions, unfortunately.
It's Drava's turn.
Okay, so I'm not sure what's happening with Toren, but I hear more cultist screams at him, so I'm guessing good. I would like to continue barricading the door and say, like, help Toren, I'll hold this for as long as I can.
Okay, so we move over to the round table and pull it over and add it to the pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically a full round here. Okay. Then we have this guy who comes charging down the corridor, Toren, coming at you with his machete raised high, missing you once and then twice. Ketra, your turn.
Ketra is just like, sure, she's like, fine, stubborn. She's gonna come over here to see what the deal is with Toren.
There's just bodies everywhere.
She can't see Toren, so she's gonna keep advancing. That was 10, 20. Still can't see Toren. 25. Toren?
More bodies. Just a trail of bodies.
Yeah, Thorin's having the time of his life. Like,
she's gonna, I guess she's gonna use a second action because she's like, because she has to keep going to see what's happening. Oh god, it's just.
But there he is, surrounded by 3 cultists.
Oh
just like
shoot!
punch,
Wait,
kick,
hang on. How
punch.
many of these are alive? Oh no, I couldn't. Sorry, I didn't
this
realize
one-
that this. I didn't realize
this
this one was alive.
No, this one is unconscious.
Oh, this one's unconscious.
Yeah.
The other 2 here are still conscious.
Yep.
This one.
And
Okay.
there's one around the corner that you would see Toren is engaged with, but you don't see him yet.
Damn. Shoot, I didn't. Damn, it's a shame that took up 2 actions to get this far.
Well, you still have movement left if you want to keep moving.
Yeah, but all my cool stuff, I can't set up Strike Toren this round. What I can though do is yeah, I might as well do that. I'll keep my movement going up to here to get side by side with Toren, realize there's yet another person here. And then I will set up Strike, the one to the north of me. And hopefully, at least, even if I don't finish it off, give Toren the old... Oh, I didn't target. 6 points.
I think 28 is actually could be a crit, no?
Doesn't matter because it takes him out.
Oh, okay, great.
There we go.
Ketra
Ketra killed
and
something.
take- Yes.
Possibly
That's
the
a turn.
first kill that Ketra has had this game.
Was that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Who is this one? That's the unconscious one, so it's Quillip.
Okay. Quillip is a little unsure if. Well, it looks like Drava is holding the door, so he's going to start striding. And just the one stride. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Is the one unconscious the one who's near death?
This one.
That one, okay. Okay, so, well, he's going to throw a bomb, but, at the one... Why can't I do it? Oh, no, I can do it. The one just south of Thorn.
Okay. That's a hit.
And splash damage to Toren and whoever's around, but Toren should be able to withstand that easily.
Mm-hmm.
And the one in the corridor dies.
And I
Is that
think
correct?
the next one should also take the splash damage, I
Oh, the
believe.
splash. Yes, you're right. Splash. But remain standing. Is that your turn?
So that was no. There's one more action. He's going to throw another vial there. Sorry, I need to put the map.
All right. And that ends the last one. Toren, you're there, like holding 3 of them back by yourself, and then your friends come storming in. Ketra stabs the first one, and Quillip ends the other 2. in quick succession, but there are still more of them running around. In fact, one of them gives up at the barricaded door to the south and starts making his way down the corridor. Takes him 2 actions to get here, and with his 3rd action, he's going to try to stab you. And he actually manages to get a stab in for 10 points of damage. And then it is Sevro's turn. Sevro walks over here. Can he see him yet? No, so he has to use his full move range. There we go. Targets the enemy and sends a briny bolt his way. Hitting and causing 7 points of damage. Isn't a whole lot, but at least it's something. And then Toren, it's your turn.
And Toren, like he was already preparing to chase after those guys down the corridor, but that's no longer necessary. So instead, he will harden his face, harden his posture, and he will just start punching. Let's go with flurry of blows at this guy, both of them. Oh wow, it's a miss. Oh, there we go, that's a hit, and this should count as the subject for the stunning blows.
And with that damage, you knock out the last one of them. He hits the ground hard, the stone-tiled floor, with a sickening crack of his skull. All of you get 96 XP for this one. And you catch your breath. You look around. There's the smell of burning oil from all these lanterns. The surprisingly pleasant scent of the stew they were cooking, and just a ton of bodies on the floor. One of them still twitching. And that's where we're dropping the curtain today.
Okay.
What's the XP total? Sorry.
90, well, it was plus 96. I'm not sure what the total is.
544, I think.
Okay, so
Yes,
I'm just checking I got it
like
right.
that, yeah.
Nice work. That was,
We survived
that was-
another one.
yeah. I mean, that was fun with all the like circling around and barricading the door, and it was good. It was good.
And so it was finally satisfying to do the thing that Toren should have done. So
Yeah. All right, I gotta run. Thank you all.
okay.
And
Thank you.
see you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Simon.
Thank you. Bye.